Thank you. New this morning, we are taking a closer look at the state of mental health during the pandemic. Take a look. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 1 in 5 adults and 1 in 6 kids nationwide deals with mental illness or mental health disorder each year. It's no secret that the pandemic, work, and school days have taken their toll on our well-being. A lack of work-life balance, the number of Zoom meetings that we've all done this last year, and it's given a lot of us Zoom fatigue.
For some, that fatigue is contributing to feelings of burnout and even affecting our self-image. A recent article in Forbes looked into a study from Washington University in St. Louis, suggesting the increase in video chatting over the last year has led to lower face and body satisfaction for women especially. But what can you do to fight effects like this? We told you yesterday how companies like Citigroup are taking Fridays to go Zoom free to help workers' well-being. So I sat down with a mental health professional to see what you can do if all of these Zoom meetings are hurting your self-image, and learn the simple tricks you can use every day to manage the pressure. Lynn Shine is a mental health counselor. She joins us now by Zoom. Lynn, good morning to you. Thanks for being with us. What do you make of this article overall?
I think that this article is a good one because people have been struggling a lot with their mental health as they're looking at themselves day after day after day on Zoom and getting Zoom fatigue, as they say. We are taking a look at the wrinkles on our forehead. We're taking a look at our faces constantly. And we're also taking a look at, what our words mean. And we're just criticizing ourselves all the time. And so it was really having quite an impact on our self-esteem. We're seeing some people saying, I need to change who I am. And there's some people saying, I'm accepting who I am. So I'm hoping and hopeful that people can start doing more of the acceptance and putting life in perspective.
It's kind of like looking in the mirror, like, who do you think you are? Mm-hmm. And when you're faced with that kind of a question every single day, it's got to change the way you feel about yourself at some point.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because self-esteem should be unconditional, right? We should be able to look at ourselves. And I try to tell people that all the time, that when we look at ourselves, we should be able to say, I'm worthy, I'm lovable, I'm good. And that shouldn't stop. When our self-esteem is in question, we're other-based self-esteem. We worry about what other people think about us. And the other person ends up being ourselves when we're staring at ourselves all day long.
So where do we go from here, and how do we kind of mitigate these self-esteem issues because of what we've been through over the past year using technology like this?
I'm asking people to give themselves affirmations each day, perhaps in a journal as they wake up in the morning before their feet hit the ground, of saying what they are appreciative of, what they want to tell themselves each day, maybe in the mirror as they're brushing their teeth, to remind themselves that they're good, that they're lovable, that they're worthy. You know, there's a book that's out right now that's called Chatter, that talks about how we're not good at accepting our own advice, but we're good at giving advice. So if you speak to yourself almost in third person and you say, Ed, listen, you're a good man and you're good looking, and why would you question yourself? And you're able to speak to yourself that's helpful sometimes. And also, if you're able to talk to yourself as if you're looking out and projecting 5 months from now and say, listen, people are getting vaccinated. We're going to be okay. This is only temporary. And it helps calm you to be able to look in the future that way.
Lynn, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. We certainly appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Lynn is so great.
She's that voice we need.
Right? I just love her. She's got that perspective that is so important and so vital, kind of that soothing tone too. But what she says is even more important because, and I'll be totally honest with you, I mean, the anxiety and, kind of the almost depression that I've faced personally over the last year has been so overwhelming, but seeking that help and kind of journaling and going through the motions and really understanding that this too shall pass has been super helpful.
I mean, the anxiety that we've all felt has just been through the roof this year, right?
Right, exactly.
Everything's making us anxious. I loved how she said, we're not good at accepting our own advice, but we're good at giving it to other people.
No
How
kidding.
true is that?
We need to listen to ourselves.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's great. So all of that for you right now on our website, right, Ed?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to post that on WKBW.com and on our Facebook page.
I want to go back and rewatch it and take it
I
in
know.
again.